The path into the mountains is steep, stony, and spectacular, like the island itself. Socotra is regarded as one of the most beautiful islands in the world.
It's a sight that truly opens your heart.
The Slovak visitors are on their way to a cave. Few tourists come here. The island is part of Yemen, so it's not so surprising. But the civil war that has raged for years on the mainland is far away. The United Arab Emirates launched the first direct flights here in 2021. It's a 2-hour flight. Socotra lies directly off the Horn of Africa, about 400 kilometers from the Yemeni mainland.
Peter, our guide, he's having a travel agency and he's doing some podcasts about traveling. So he and his co-worker talk about Socotra, and when they prepared this trip, I decided that I really want to go because it's so strange destination, and because of the war in Yemen, it's very the chance that you will come here again later, it's very, very low. Or if the situation will be better and more tourists will come, the country will definitely change. So to see it at this moment, it's really amazing.
Socotra is really far away from almost everything. While war is raging in Yemen, the island is a peaceful haven, a safe place to go on vacation. Caves are not something completely new for the Slovak tourists. Slovakia has many of them, but the visitors are, nevertheless, deeply impressed.
It's the biggest cave I've ever seen. It's really impressive, beautiful. All the stalagmites and stalagmites. Honestly, very, very impressive.
Hock Cave is 2.5 kilometers long. The many stalagmites and stalactites are not just beautiful, they are of great scientific interest. They are an index for climate change.
Of course, it's even better as on the pictures we imagined before coming here.
The drivers, the guides and the cooks are very happy that tourists have returned to the island. For many years, Socotra was practically cut off from the rest of the world because of the war in Yemen.
We are proud that tourists are coming here again and that we have work. We hope that more tour groups will come, a lot more.
Surprisingly, nature conservationist Ahmed Adib agrees. It is okay, he says, as long as the tourists camp outdoors. That minimizes their ecological footprint. What he doesn't agree with are the holiday homes that the Emiratis are building in the middle of protected areas. For example, here by the coast close to the capital, Hadibu. He sees this as fraudulent on two accounts.
Yemeni law dictates that you cannot build within 300 meters of the coast, and foreigners are not permitted to buy land. The buyer is from here originally, but he has Emirati citizenship. He used his brother to get around that.
And that is just one example. Ahmed Adib says that the purchasers all follow the same pattern. There is a lot of demand for real estate by the sea. Here, an entire vacation complex is springing up. The faces of Emirati rulers are depicted at the entrance. The real estate investors do not attempt to hide what they're doing.
The people who are building here come from abroad. They are Emiratis or Socotris with Emirati citizenship. There are also Kuwaitis. They buy via middlemen. These people have all bought land through local inhabitants.
The environmental activist is worried that the island is being bought out. He's particularly concerned by the growth of Saudi Arabia's influence in recent years. Hadibu is the capital of the main island, Socotra, and the rest of the archipelago. Here you can see how the UAE and Saudi Arabia are vying for influence, fighting to become the dominant power with displays of generosity. The Emirates pay the salaries of the municipal officials, while Saudi Arabia builds one school after the other, all of them identical. This power game is even more apparent on the coast outside Hadibu. On the right, a Yemeni school funded by Abu Dhabi's Khalifa Foundation, and directly opposite on the left, Saudi Arabia has also built a new school. At this roadside checkpoint, there are 3 Emirati flags and only 1 Yemeni flag. The power relations are quite evident. In the foothills of the Hajir Mountains, which reach 1,500 meters at their highest point, Ahmed Adib runs a nursery. Here, the environmental activist tries to care for the island's natural heritage. His son and his sister help him. But it's a Herculean task. Unique endemic species, plants that are native only here, are endangered.
Since the 1990s, there's been a drop in rainfall. The climate here has changed. This should be the rainy season. September is over, October is drawing to a close, but no rain has come.
The family don't receive any financial support for their endeavors, and they are unlikely to get any. In times of war, nature is not seen as a priority. Save for his relatives, the conservationist is alone in his struggle to save the island's iconic dragon's blood tree.
This is the dragon's blood tree. In the Socotri language, we call it the tree of the blood of the 2 brothers. Here we have planted 7,000 dragon's blood trees. So the saplings can be planted out in Dixam region and reproduce.
Socotra's fine sandy beaches have a Caribbean flair. The white sands are a magnet for tourists. Islanders say if you haven't been to Calencia, you haven't seen Socotra. For people here, the sea with its plentiful fish stocks is the most important source of nutrition. The island's 80,000 inhabitants fish to meet their own needs. International fishing fleets don't come here. Not yet, at least. Many fishing boats bear the inscription, "The Saudi Development and Reconstruction Program for Yemen." More proof of how the rich neighboring states are trying to win influence. Fishing is closely bound up with local identity. Instead of playing with toy cars, children here play with homemade toy boats. The fishers take turn putting out to sea. 2 boats go out for 2 hours and then they rotate. The idea, everyone should equally benefit from the sea's riches. Fishers Soliman and Mohammed are going fishing. Halfway to the fishing grounds, they come across Mazen Salah. He has set out without his father. Mohammed isn't surprised. The boy is known throughout the village.
I like working on the sea. I like catching fish. I live here. I live in the sea.
The boy is taking a big risk. The waters here are treacherous.
One boat has already sunk here. Some even died. We were able to save others.
Soliman needs just a few minutes to catch the first fish. There is still enough to go round, even if Soliman now faces more competition.
The Saudis have brought us boats. Anyone who didn't have a boat got one from them. The Emiratis helped us too. They brought us electricity, water, natural gas and gasoline. And anyone who is sick gets flown to the United Arab Emirates. I love them both, but especially the Emiratis because they work with us most.
Life is changing on Socotra. Some people are worried about these new forms of dependency, but no one is willing to speak openly about it. For the last few days, the sea has been stormy and the fishers were unable to put out to sea. Within seconds, his catch is snapped up.
It's gone in a flash. People take it out of my hands. We fish, they buy.
Far away from the beaches, up in the mountains, you can find Socotra's iconic dragon's blood trees. Here, the tree stands in the middle of a nameless village. The houses are in good condition. Above them flies the flag of the United Arab Emirates. The village elder, Saad Mohammed, is fine with that.
The Emiratis build the houses. We thank them for these houses, and we thank them too for the medical care. You thank people who do good. If you didn't, it would be an act of ingratitude to God.
Life has improved, says Saad Mohammed.
We used to live here with the sheep and the cows. We sat and slaughtered our animals here. We did everything here.
No wonder that the UAE has won the hearts of the locals by donating these homes. Ahmed Adib is meeting friend and fellow activist Mohammed El-Kabani. The herder sees a colleague far off, but he doesn't reach for a phone.
The goats are very far away. They're on the other side of the valley. The goats are very, very far away.
Let's have lunch and then go looking.
No, we don't have time. We're in a hurry.
Send my greetings.
Mohammed El-Kabani calls his 60 goats and 10 cows with particular sounds.